my darlings, and welcome to this reading where we're going to be taking a look at who you will marry. I have 3 options for today's reading. Option number 1, option number 2, and option number 3. See which one is looking right at you. Don't overthink it, and let's go ahead and begin. My lovely option number 1, and welcome to your reading, my darlings. Get comfy as I'm shuffling the cards. Say your name out loud or in your head, helps you better connect to the energies of the reading. Alright, let's take a look. How and when you're most likely to meet your future spouse, and maybe for some of you, you already know this person. Okay, so some of you, my darlings, you might have a lot of Leo energy within you. Okay, whether sun, moon, or rising. And I do get this energy where you meet, or you have already met, your future spouse amongst a group of friends. Because when we're talking about the 3 of Cups, this is the energy of either you being introduced to one another, right? Or there's this energy where you meet at some sort of event. Yeah, look at you, all dressed up. All dressed up. Yeah, it's definitely at a place where you are looking good. It takes some sort of preparation over here. Like you take your time to get ready. Now, it is this energy also of some sort of sporting event that comes through, because they're giving me the energy of strength. So for some of you, I'm seeing that it's either that your future spouse might have something to do with maybe mixed martial arts or boxing or something that has to do with competitive sport, and something that has to do with strength. Okay, it could be male or female, it doesn't matter. But there's some sort of connection that comes through over here, and they're telling me that you get dressed up for this event. Like you fix up and you look sharp. Ooh, they're telling me that for some of you, your future spouse could be somebody who's from abroad, right? There's some sort of international connection that comes through. So I'm getting 2 options over here, my dears. So it's either that your future spouse is from abroad and somebody you know from abroad introduces you to them. Because they keep showing me like it's a connection of a connection of a connection. And for some of you, your future spouse is going to be a foreigner. I am seeing, it could be a concert for some of you, but for the majority, I'm seeing, it's some sort of event that has something to do with sports, with strength, with showcasing of strength. Yeah. So that sounds like somebody you already know. You already met your future spouse. If you're like, I have no idea who you're talking about, it's yet to come. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at when this could be happening. Look at this. They're showing me once again this person coming through, either by train, plane. Some sort of transportation is indicated over here. So to be quite honest with you, what I'm seeing, guys, that you could be meeting this person within the next 7 months. If you already met this person, there's this energy that this could have happened in July or 7 months ago. Number 7 is coming through, is very important. So you guys could be life path number 7, born on the 7th, or your future spouse. What I want to take a look at next is first impressions. Your first impression of your future spouse. You're going to know it's them straight away. How very interesting. You will just know. It's difficult to put this in words, but for one reason or another, you're not going to doubt. It's a feeling that you're going to get within you. It's for some of you, this could be almost like, I want to say flashback, but it's not really a flashback. It's like you are going to have some sort of vision, especially for those of you who are very in contact with your higher self, with like, I don't know. I don't want to say like, for the most spiritual you, that's not what I'm trying to say, but you know what I mean. You know exactly to who I'm talking to. Sometimes you get those visions from the future and you're like, okay, I don't know, is this wishful thinking or is this something that's actually going to happen? And for a lot of you, this is something that you're going to see. It's like your life with this person is going to flash in front of your eyes. And you're like, well, this was weird because we've just met. But you're going to think that this is somebody who's family oriented. Something about the way that they're going to behave is going to give you, those vibes that you get when you just think like the person has values. Somebody who could be very good as a husband or a wife. This is the sort of energy that's coming through. Their first impression of you. Damn, okay. Going to blow their minds. So the tower is something that shakes our world, shakes us to the very foundation. Show me more. A breakthrough. So they're telling me that when they see you and they meet you, they're like, it's a breakthrough. It's a breakthrough for them because it kind of feels like they've been meeting the type of people who they didn't see their future with. And here it's going to be like a revelation to them that they're finally meeting somebody they could envision their future with. I want more. I want more information over here. Option number 1. Okay, I see. I see. You know what? Your future spouse, when the first time they see you, not only are you going to literally shake their very foundation, but there's also a very good indication that physically they're going to be smitten, they're going to be attracted to you. And there's this chemistry that's coming through that's very, very strong. They might go weak in the knees, they might be experiencing those butterflies. Yeah. It's this energy where they respond to you in like this manner that makes them question what the hell is going on. So for them, it's going to be more intense than it is going to be for you. So like I said, for some of you, what I'm seeing is that your future spouse could be a foreigner. This is a general reading, but let me try and get a couple of things that we could pick up about your future spouse. Maybe physical appearance. Yeah, shall we take a look? You're gonna love them. Gemini energy. Okay, so Gemini energies are very, very smart. They're very multifaceted. And when we're talking about Gemini, they're very good when it comes to communication. So they're telling me that you're going to love their lips. There's something about their mouth, their lips, maybe their like teeth are going to be really nice and straight. There's something about their smile that's just going to drive you wild, and the lips that you literally stand there thinking, oh my God, what would it feel like to kiss them? There's something about soft lips, maybe plump lips, Again, doesn't matter if it's male or female. I am getting a lot of darker colors over here. So, your future spouse could be somebody with really dark hair, dark brown hair. For some of you, it's wavy. For some of you, there are a couple of curls here and there. But to be quite honest with you, it kind of feels like the curls are, I don't know, it's either a perm or the curls aren't natural. Does that make sense? So maybe they did something to their hair. Again, doesn't matter man or woman. But their natural hair, they're most likely to be either straight or wavy. But it could be that at the time that you meet, their hair is curly. But they did it. They did it themselves. Okay. Now, again, we're talking about Gemini. So when we're talking about twins, for some of you, this is going to be your twin flame, you know, if you resonate with this concept. But there's also an energy of this particular person looking very similar to you. There's certain traits. It doesn't have to be the eye color or anything like this, but there's certain traits, like if you have a bigger nose, they're going to have a bigger nose as well. Yeah. I don't know, if you have a fuller figure, they might have a fuller figure as well. So there's something about similarities that's coming through. Okay. What might your future spouse do for a living? Oh my God. Something that has to do with security, guys. Something that has to do with guarding. Something that has to do with protection, you know. So this person could have their own security company. This person could do something that has to do with security at an event. Cyber security is coming through very, very strongly. I would say, you know, this is somebody who's quite flexible. And again, I'm getting this cyber security. Something that has to do with change, something that has to do maybe with software updates. And it's funny how I mentioned change. You know, this could be somebody that guards. There's something about guarding doors, gateways. You know, this could be also somebody who works at an airport, or I'm getting a promoter. You know, this could be somebody who's a customs officer. Something along those lines is coming through. Fair enough. Let's go ahead and take a look at your relationship dynamic. Wow. So the message over here is this person is going to heal your heart to the point where you're going to be ready for a commitment again, and vice versa. Heartbreak is a part of human experience. It will pass. And then look at this, taking your relationship to the next level one step at a time. So once again, I want to say to some of you guys, if this person sounds like somebody you already know, and somebody who might be, I don't know, an ex or somebody in the past, it kind of feels like you already know your future spouse. If you don't, for both of you, this relationship is going to be healing enough for the two of you to go into a committed relationship. And there's definitely the wedding on the cards, right? So it's not going to be like a civil partnership. It's not going to be just you living together. No, this is actually you getting married, making it official, having the wedding of your dream. Maybe for some of you, this is going to be an October wedding. And there's lots of passion in your relationship. Oof, the heartbeat of love. Yeah, so sexually, you guys are going to be very, very connected, very compatible as well. The energy of passion is going to be there for a very, very long time. So you don't just slip into this energy, you know, of just friends, or, you know, there's definitely this indication of you keeping that passion alive, you and your future spouse. Okay. Gorgeous. All right, my lovely, option number 1. That's what I have for you. If you enjoyed this reading, let me know down in the comments below. If you're up for a personal reading, if you want to find out when you meet your future spouse, so on and so forth, send me an email and I'll send you a list of readings that I do together with prices. And of course, don't forget to check my Patreon page out for more exclusive content, additional discounts, and much, much more. All right, my darlings, take care now. Bye. My amazing option number 2. And welcome to your reading, my darlings. Get comfy. As I'm shuffling the cards, say your name out loud or in your head. Helps you better connect to the energies of the reading. Alright, let's begin your future spouse reading with how and when you're most likely to meet. Okay, something came through over here. Straight away, guys, they're giving me a place that's very cultured. A place with history. A place that is filled with class. A place that's filled with... And there's a little bit of mystery there as well. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm going to put it that way, guys. For some of you, you're meeting your future spouse at some sort of excursion. Yeah. When you go to a different place, or you go to a place that has a lot of history, historic place, this is where you meet. For some of you, it's next to a fountain. I'm getting, for some of you, something very specific that has to do with Italy. Yeah? It has to do with Rome. That has to do with, there's this energy of, I don't know, I keep hearing Italian. There's another energy that's coming through very strongly when we're talking about a museum, an art gallery, some sort of exhibition, an exhibition at a hotel. But I'm getting something grand. I'm getting something that's almost luxurious over here, right? This could also be a place that has something to do with law. Like an old courthouse, or a place with a history next to, like some sort of bank. They're coming to very, very specific in your reading, my lovely option number 2. A place where people are well dressed, a place where the crowd is, I would say that they're quite mixed. People, like, they're dressed differently, and people are not afraid to express themselves. But it's very classy. Okay. Show me more. For some of you, your future spouse has a lot to do with law, with the government, with regulations of some sort. And I would definitely say, you know, your person, your future spouse, has a master's or PhD, a very well-educated person. Okay. Yeah, look at this. Now, for some of you, this is going to be a wedding, my darlings. A wedding at a very posh, beautiful venue. Very nice. For some of you, a wedding. Yeah, a wedding reception. I'm hearing like a bowl. Oh my God, okay. Like maybe a masquerade ball or some sort of gala, some sort of event. Nice. Or historical place. A place that has history. So if it's a wedding, you know, it could be at some sort of like really beautiful church or chapel or something like this. Okay, show me when this could take place. For some of you, it's 6 months. For some of you, it's 16. They're telling me cords must be cut before you meet this person. 6 or 16 months from whenever you're watching this reading. But for some of you, they're telling me cords must be cut with somebody from the past. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at first impressions. And by the way, guys, for option number 1, there was a possibility of them knowing their future spouse already. You, for the majority of you, 90%, you don't know your future spouse. It's a new person. But of course, bear in mind, this is a general reading, right? Okay, first impressions. Your first impression of your future spouse. You're going to be choosing. You are going to be very popular. And your future spouse is going to make the most effort to get to know you, to talk to you, to somehow draw your attention to them. I think, to be honest with you, it's this energy where your future spouse really catches your attention with their mind. Not so much the looks, although they're showing me that they are going to be very good looking. But it's mostly about the way that they're going to think, about the way that they're going to talk. They might make some sort of joke or, I don't know, a comical observation that you're going to find hilarious. You'll be like, oh my God, that's a really interesting way of thinking. Okay. And for some of you, again, I'm getting somebody who's a foreigner or somebody who's very well traveled. There's some sort of energy that's, they're telling me that you're going to bond over something that has to do with travel, over something that has to do with the love of travel, the love of exploration. Okay. You might think that they're a little bit of a player. And you're like, okay, I'm going to take my time with this one. It's almost like you're going to test them a little bit. Option number 2. You're like, I want to see if this person is for real or not. So you're not going to give your future spouse easy time over here. I'm telling you this, guys. Because I kind of feel like you, my darlings, option number 2, you're used to good-looking people approaching you, but you're also like kind of, you've been burned before with very good-looking people, and you're like, listen, I know you probably have like a lot of people after you, and maybe you're not looking for something serious. And maybe that was their way of living in the past. I mean, we'll take a look at your relationship dynamic in a minute. We'll see if this person has changed. But it kind of has the feeling like, yes, they have. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at their first impression of you. Charming, dreamy, fiery, feisty. You challenge them. Here with the energy of the Tower, you challenge them. They find you challenging. That's good. Okay. They're going to be very afraid of rejection when it comes to you, but they're not going to take no for an answer in the best possible way. Like, I don't give a damn. I'll fight for you. I'll fight for you. And they will think of the ways to surprise you. to make an impression. Okay. Now then, let's go ahead and take a look at maybe a couple of physical traits when it comes to your future spouse. I did mention that they're going to be good looking. But again, option number 2, you're not the one who's impressed with looks, okay? Again, 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, good looking, somebody who invests in their appearance. I'm definitely seeing somebody who wears really nice quality clothes. Somebody who invests in, you know, their skincare, their hair care. Somebody who dresses in a very nice way. For some of you, you know what, your future spouse is somebody who looks like a model. You know, you look at them and you're like, okay, well, this person could be a model, like an Instagram model or a fitness model, because I'm getting somebody with a very good physical form. But you're like, oh, I don't know. Are you good news? Are you bad news? Looking like that, looking fine. So for some of you, your future spouse is going to have a child, yeah? I know a lot of you don't like to hear that, but this is the reality of life, especially, you know, once we get older. We tend to meet quite a few people that had a life before us and they had a child, but I don't see it being a problem over here. Now, when we're taking a look at looks, with the 9 of Wands, this is the energy of somebody who's quite tall, and their body is strong. Friendly, beautiful smile. Very, very friendly, very talkative. Fair enough, okay. Let's see what your future spouse might be doing for a living. How are they with money, with career, with finances? Oof, oof, okay. They're like, don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the money. I'm enjoying my wealth over here. Okay, so this is somebody who's very, very oof, look at this. I think this is somebody, guys, who has something to do with investing. Like there's this energy where they take something that's little and they multiply it. So it's not something to do with investing. It's something maybe that has to do with buying art, reselling art. It has something to do with them, again, maybe modeling, maybe promoting certain things. They're not giving me too much of a specific, because again, this is a general reading, but they're definitely giving me the energy like, you know, they are somebody in a position of authority and they have good money. They have good money. They see which doors are open. They see which doors are closed. And again, this is somebody who's very ambitious, very vigilant. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your relationship dynamic, my darlings. Let's see whether they're going to leave their old ways behind. Gifts. Yeah, okay, so with the 6 of Pentacles and the gifts card, there's definitely the energy of this person's love language being gifts, being money, being wanting to give you something that surprises you, something that makes you feel good. And the card reads, love's greatest gift is the ability to truly understand one another. So there's a lot of understanding. And again, like I said, you're bonding over quite a few things. Very charismatic, both of you. Very charismatic. Very charming. This is what I was picking up with the moon card. So it kind of feels, you know, for some of you, you guys could be working in marketing, PR, corporate communications, things like this. And yeah, they're not going to wait too long until they propose to you, my dears. So I am seeing like their ways are definitely behind them, because there's a very good indication where you guys are nurturing one another. Nurture your relationship like blossoming flowers, they'll flourish. So both of you are going to be willing to work on this relationship. Both of you are going to be willing to talk to one another. And if you love flowers, this person is going to bring you a lot of flowers. Okay, my lovely, option number 2. That's what I see for you, my dears. If you're up for a personal read, send me an email. The email's in the description box below. And of course, do check my Patreon page out as well. Sorry about the noise. 4 exclusive videos, additional discounts on personal readings, and much more. Alright guys, take care now. Bye. My amazing option, number 3. And welcome to your reading, guys, as I'm shuffling the cards. Say your name out loud or in your head. Helps you better connect to the energies of the reading. And I want to begin your Who Will You Marry reading with how and when you're most likely to meet your future spouse. If you feel like you don't already know them, I will make a separate reading on whether you already know your future spouse or not, so stay tuned for that. For now, we're taking a look at the meeting circumstances, and if you're already with somebody with whom you met in that way, very possible you already know your future spouse. But let's go ahead and take a look. How and when are you most likely to meet your future spouse? Hello, the internet. Hello, the traveling. Okay. Give me a little bit more. Yeah, okay. So, I have 2 options over here, my dears. I did ask for clarity, but they're saying mention the 2. Okay. So, for the first one, online dating. Online dating, meeting through social media, maybe collaboration with social media. And this is how you meet your future spouse. Another option over here is when we're talking about being abroad, traveling, going on a holiday, and again, connecting via social media. Because to be quite honest with you, there's this energy of a lot of communication that's done through texting, that's done through online video calling. If you already are with a person and they are at a distance, this could also be your option over here, my dears. But let me break this down. Because here I'm seeing, you going on a date after choosing a couple of people. Yeah, and look at this. They're just confirming exactly what I said. So for some of you, my dears, you already know your future spouse. They're at a distance. They're working right now. They're working hard to bring home the dough, yeah? You already know this person for a lot of you. If you don't, you could be dealing with a Virgo. Gemini energy came through very strongly, and Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, so when we're talking about meeting over the internet, my dears, this is going to be a very pleasant conversation, okay? None of the dick pics, none of that rubbish, none of that, right? This is somebody who's very respectful, somebody who comes through as a friend. You guys do bond, and it might take a little bit of time for the 2 of you to meet face to face because of the distance, obviously, or it could be that you just want to make sure, because you don't want to waste your time, yeah? You don't want to waste your time on another story that's not going to end well. If we're talking about a holiday, it's a holiday that might have something to do with going on a stag do, a hen do, or something that has to do with either somebody's wedding, either somebody's celebration of something. And it could be happening over here in the time when it's hot. I will take a look at the timing for both of those. Okay. Could be somebody's baby shower over here as well. It might be happening after a difficult period in your life here with the Nine of Swords. When you almost give up hope and you're like, you know what, F it, I don't believe in this anymore. And then bam, bam, the sparks are flying. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the timing. Some of you are literally heartbroken right now, feeling so vulnerable, so heartbroken. It's like you want to listen to my words, but it's almost like you don't want to hear them. You're like, I don't know if I could ever go through this again. And I'm not talking about the good part. I'm talking about the part of disappointment, the part of having your heart broken. But they're telling me, you know, you need to focus a little bit more on the good stuff. Yeah? All right, let's go ahead and talk about the timing. Within the next 6 months, 6 to 9 months. Especially for those of you who were born in 69 and 96. 6 to 9 months. Yeah, and another 6 over here. Gemini energy came through very strongly. Some of you guys could be Gemini. Your future spouse could be Gemini. Yeah, so 6, 6, 9, you guys might have been seeing a lot of 6s, a lot of 9s, or a lot of 4s lately. This is also coming through. Now then, let's go ahead and take a look at words at first impressions. Okay. They're like, don't worry, you will have your happiness. Oh my gosh. There's just this message. This isn't about the timing or the first impressions. There's just like a little bit of an extra message for you, my darlings. Again, with the number 6. 6 and 4, we have 2 10s over here. Do you see there's something that has to do with numerology that's coming through very strongly? Life path number 1, 6, 4. Yeah, so they're like kind of saying, like, if we put the 6 and 4 together, we get the 2 10s. And they're saying it doesn't matter if you're 64 or 46, if you're 14 or 16. Love comes when it comes. It comes for you, especially, my lovely option number 3. There's this energy when you least expect it. If you have been married already before, they're saying you're going to get married again. For very few of you, you know what I'm seeing? You're going to marry somebody you either went to school with or you went to uni with. It's like a chance meeting, so-called chance meeting. Okay. Right, now then, let's talk about first impressions. Your first impression of your future spouse, my darlings. You're like, I don't know. You might think that your future spouse is like the first meeting. Like, I don't know. It's not that I'm saying I don't know. It's like the vibe that you're going to get. You're like, I don't know. I can't quite make up my mind about this person. I think they're going to try and impress you. Number 7s, 2 7s. They might try and impress you and they might be acting a little bit foolish. I'm talking the first face-to-face meeting. But you know when somebody's really anxious and nervous and they're like, what the hell am I doing? What the hell am I saying? But then there's this energy of respect for this person. I don't know what they're going to do, how they're going to act, what it is that's going to happen. But they're showing me like you're going from I don't know to yes, I know. This person feels stable. This person shows up. This person looks good, smells good. I don't know. You guys might be somebody who's into smells. into some really nice perfumes and colognes. This person smells nice. But you're going to be very skeptical about this person. For whatever reason, they're telling me you're going to be very skeptical. But they will prove themselves. They will show up consistently over and over and over again. I think even at the beginning, you might not be expecting much from this person. There might be a period when you're going to go into like a lot of expectations, and then you will stop yourself and you're like, this got me into trouble before. I'm not expecting anything, I'm just observing. This is going to be your strategy. Okay. Another thing that came through very strongly over here, when it comes to the Seven of Cups, guys, this person might be trying to impress you, and they might like dress up in a way that they usually don't dress, and it might make them feel uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? And then when you see them like in the clothes that they're comfortable with and in an environment that makes them comfortable, then they open up, you know, and then you see clearly. Okay, your future spouse's first impression of you. Wow, strong character. Friendly, but very strong character. Very sensual, very seductive. You take your time. You're not taking anybody's bullshit. Very strong boundaries. But there's also the energy of sweetness that's coming through with the Six of Cups. I think they're going to be very interested in the type of person that you are, because you have those opposing qualities. And that's very rare to find in somebody. And they will feel like that you're destined to meet. Again, for some of you, like I'm getting somebody who's going to take a look at the way that you were before and the way that you are now. And this is for those of you with whom the idea of meeting somebody from your past resonates. And I'm talking past. Not necessarily an ex, but you know, somebody you went to school with, somebody you went to uni with. And they'll be like, oh my God, you've changed, like in such a good way. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your future spouse's physical traits, whatever comes through. Okay, when we're talking about ladies, gorgeous, absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Takes his breath away, takes their breath away. This is what they're saying. When we're talking about a man, very good looking, very stable, proportionate, very proportionate, might have a twin brother or a close cousin. I am getting somebody who might have a bit of red in their hair. Very nonchalant, for whatever reason, is coming through. Good looking, guys. You know what? I don't get a lot of gingers in my readings, but for some of you, this person could be ginger. They might have freckles. They really might have a lot of freckles, yeah. But they're telling me, you know what? Your future spouse, when it comes to their appearance, they can change. Because for some of you, your future spouse is an actor. I don't know why that came through. They can change their appearance. Maybe they've colored their hair a couple of times. They changed the length of their hair. Chameleon. This is what I keep getting. So maybe the Seven of Cups came through for that reason, the chameleon. Okay. They keep telling me somebody who's very balanced. Like the body is very nice. I'm not getting anything that's too out of the ordinary. Very seductive. When I'm talking about Scorpio, their favorite color might be black. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your future spouse's job. Yeah. What sort of thing that they do to earn the monies? Okay, they're like, I'm wealthy. Okay. Oh, new beginnings. Okay, somebody who's very smart. Something that has to do with analytics, something that has to do with having to constantly survey something, you know. So this could be a consultant, a surveyor, something that has something to do with investments, quite possibly. A lawyer, but I'm also getting somebody who's very expressive, right? So this could be an actor, this could be a singer, especially when we're talking about, you know, the love life, the shedding. This is somebody who transforms and understands people's feelings in a relationship. Interesting. And somebody who's full of bright ideas. So this can be somebody creative, and this could be somebody who is very logical and analytical. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at your relationship dynamic, my darlings. I'm also getting insurance for some of you. Maybe they're working in an insurance company, moonlighting as an actor or an actress. All right, so your relationship dynamic. Oof, anticipation. Embrace the sweet anticipation of love's arrival in your life. It's coming. So this is again the energy maybe of you having a little bit of a long distance energy, right? And maybe even if you're in the same city, it's this energy of you being busy, them being busy, and making that anticipation sweet. A sweet, sweet anticipation of seeing one another. What I really like is that you're not going to feel the voids of each other, right? So it's not the energy of you going into a relationship to feel some sort of void, and they won't do this either. There's a lot of going out that's indicated over here. Once again, they're saying you might meet at the particular event, right? There's this energy of celebration and this energy of you understanding how lucky both of you are to have met one another. In this crazy world where, you know, it seems like there's a lot of choice, but really when we get down to it, not a lot of people kind of fit your, I don't know, your puzzle piece, if that makes sense. They're saying it's something along the lines of, you know, celebrating each other and treating each other like the treasures that you are. Gorgeous. All right, my lovely option number 3. That's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this video and it resonated. If you're up for a personal read, send me the email, and emails in the description box below. Check my Patreon page out. And of course, take good care of your amazing selves. Bye now.